What is up YouTube, and welcome to this very special video. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has ended. Season 5 has gone out with an absolute amazing finale. So at the moment we are 3 for 3 on the finales that we cover on this channel. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was amazing, Gotham was really good, and of course as well Arrow was a great finale as well for the third one there. We've got Flash coming up next week, so hopefully that can give us a great finale as well. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hit us with some surprises here. So this was basically the final fight between Daisy and Graviton. Graviton, Adrian Passadar, who has been an absolutely amazing character this season. I never was much a fan of General Talbot. I did like the actor, but I didn't like the character and the whole putting S.H.I.E.L.D. on the back foot all the time. I just felt that was just really boring, and I just wanted to S.H.I.E.L.D. flourish. And to be honest, I would put it on the table here. I really do wish that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was still very much the first season where the team are investigating problems and we still had S.H.I.E.L.D. and all kinds of connections to the MCU. Obviously, that was never going to happen. It would have been really nice for that to, actually happen. So they've been on the back foot for quite some time, and Graviton has merged or morphed into this big character, or Talbot has merged into Graviton. And, well, it's been hinted for quite some time. Graviton has been a huge hint with the Earth being destroyed and the hints towards the Gravitonium throughout the season. So, as we find out, the final fight here was coming down to Daisy and Graviton. So, it does seem here that if this timeline did fail, then what would happen is we would have had Daisy use a centipede serum, or the centipede serum would have been used on Coulson, and Daisy would have been absorbed by Graviton. Graviton then taking all the Gravitonium on Earth and, well, destroying the Earth to fight the villains, the enemies, or his enemies, which he so crazily believed existed. But what we had here was a really good way out of this. A centipede serum, a callback to the first season, and lots of callbacks here. A lot of people saying that this was very similar to the finale of season 1, with it being the beginning of the end, and this being the end. So a really good way of this time loop ending. I would be a bit critical of the time loop. I think they could have had a lot more fun with it, with going back. If this was truly meant to be the end of the season, so this being the end, and I think it was a fitting end to this season. I did enjoy this season thoroughly, and Graviton being a big part of this was great. Graviton being a very powerful character from the comics, and they could have done a lot more with the timeline stuff as well, going back, so this was truly meant to be the end, but they never went back to previous timelines, which would be really cool if they could actually time travel and see themselves face off against major characters. But I guess some of that just gets a bit redundant. It is a bit of a cop-out having everything that goes on with all of these timeline changes, and it gets to the point where the Flash has had so many time travel things. Legends of Tomorrow has many problems with time travel as well. And, well, it does get a bit iffy. So I can understand why they maybe wouldn't have done that, because it's not really a time travel show. And they had their sort of nostalgic part in their 100th episode. So with their 100th episode, they were able to actually bring back a lot of characters. And really, throughout the season, they brought back a lot of characters as well with the Superior. We also saw Crusher Creel return, and Deathlock also returned as well. So with that in mind, we did get our nostalgia without having to time travel. So I guess they didn't really need to, but I think it would have been nice if they did maybe do a bit of that in the 100th episode, which for me, the 100th episode did fall a bit flat. So Graviton has been dispatched by Daisy. The world is now safe. But he is in space, and personally, I don't think they are going to waste such a big character such as Graviton. I don't think they will move forward without having him pop up in the future, because it's been 5 seasons of bringing that character to the show, especially with Franklin Hall and Ian Quinn in the first season. One of their first missions was Gravitonium. So having him being wasted like that wouldn't fit. And I think that the show's runners at the moment have said that they don't know, they haven't got any plans for what they're doing next. They're writing it and it's coming back in 2019 for a 13 episode season, which personally I prefer. I'm happy with a 13 episode season. I think that's a lot better. I think 13 episodes is perfect. I think a lot of the shows such as Flash, Arrow, the comic book stuff, they last way too long. 22 episodes is far too long for a lot of these, but they are on traditional network TV channels as well. So this is on ABC, and having the shorter seasons, even for things like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist and Luke Cage, they're 13 episodes, and even those can feel like they've run a real long time. But they can be a lot more focused. But even this season, they haven't really had much filler. There's been, every plot point has been pretty much followed through, and we never really had to wait too long for any mysteries at all. So I really do like that. It's been a great season. But we've got a new leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, with Mac being the leader. I was expecting Daisy maybe to be given considering the fact that she's such a big character, but Mac is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. He is more superior and senior. He's older than Daisy, so he has more experience. He's the director, and I'm interested to see where this goes. Hopefully when this comes back in 2019, we've got a brand new kind of stage of the MCU. So hopefully they'll move forward and fit this in with the rest of the MCU. I hope that S.H.I.E.L.D. is legitimized again and we get the adventures that we did in season 1. We almost got that in season 4, but they became disavowed again, which became a bit long in the tooth with that. So hopefully we do see that, and we've got a new team. So Coulson did survive. I was a bit shocked by that. I expected him to perish. But the actor is going off to Captain Marvel now. He is going to be filming. So Greg is filming over on Marvel. So he's going to be playing a younger version himself, meeting Captain Marvel in the 90s. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited to see that. That's probably why he won't be in this season. And I think that they are trying to avoid as much of Infinity War backlash as they can with the show coming back in 2019. So they can avoid all of that. We can avoid all the awkward questions of why doesn't this fit in with anything else. And I would have hoped that this season maybe killed off half of them with Thanos, everyone disappearing. So I guess they all survived. I guess they all survived the Infinity War. That's one of the weird things there that has happened. So Coulson and May are now in Tahiti. Amazing, lovely. I love the fact that it's pretty much started where it ended, and this would have been a great cap towards the end of the show. But we've got a next season coming, so hopefully we see them move forward. I might do some predictions on where I think that's going to go. But Fitz is gone. Our timeline of Fitz is gone. But of course, he's still out there in space. So he's still spending 90 years in cryostasis. And he's just chilling. And he has to go and do that. So the rest of this loop begins. So the fact that he's going to do that, then this loop goes forward and like that and like that and like that. They can't take him out of the timeline. Otherwise, none of this would have ever happened. So it's going to be curious to see if they do that. If they kind of ignore time travel rules and actually let him, survive and come back. And they fill him in on everything that has happened after the event. So I'm glad that Fitz has gone, and it's really interesting to see how they bring him back, because I don't think they prepared for a lot of this or the next season. So I think a lot of the stuff, a lot of the big moments in this will be undone. But like I said, it was a fantastic episode. I really, really did enjoy this. The Graviton storyline was beyond stunning. Now, I expect the Kree as well. I think they're still going to have some major backlash. I expect the Kree to be involved next season. Of course, we have Cassius. His father is still out there. He still wants Daisy, and he probably hates Earth right now, and he has both of his sons alive. So, will that affect the timeline as well? Because he knows that his kids are going to die. That'd be interesting to see where they go with that. However, that is it. That's it for this season. I'll see you soon. See you in 2019 for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Goodbye.